Henry and Gordon were lonely when Thomas left the yard to run his branch line. They missed him very much. They had more work to do. They couldn't wait in the shed till it was time and find their coaches at the platform. Oh no, they had to get the coaches themselves, and they didn't like that. The big stations at both ends of the line each have a turntable. The Fat Controller had them made so that Edward, Henry, Gordon and James can be turned round. It is dangerous for tender engines to go fast backwards. Tank engines like Thomas don't need turntables. They can go just as well backwards as forwards. But if you heard Gordon talk, you would have thought that the Fat Controller had given him a tender just to show how important he was.
Oh, but you don't understand, little Thomas. We tender engines have a position to keep up. It doesn't matter where you go, but we are important. And for the Fat Controller to make us shunt on dirty sidings, well, it's not the proper thing.
Thomas chuckled. Poor old Gordon, he is upset.
It's disgraceful.
And he ran backwards to the turntable. The turntable was in a windy place close to the sea, and if he was not on it just right, he put it out of balance and made it difficult to turn. But today, Gordon was in a bad temper, and the wind was blowing fiercely. Gordon's driver tried to make him stop in the right place, but Gordon wasn't trying. We can't turn you like this because your tender upsets the balance. Now, if you were a nice tank engine, you'd be all right. So you'll have to pull the next train backwards.
Look, there's a new tank engine.
It isn't, silly. It's only Gordon, back to front. Hello, Gordon. Playing at tank engines then? Sensible engine. Take my advice, scrap that tender of yours and have a nice banker like mine. Oh, hello, Gordon.
You be careful, James. You might get stuck too.
I won't get stuck. I'm not as fat as you are. And James went along to the turntable and stopped on just the right place to balance the table. It could swing easily. And James turned, much too easily. The wind caught him and puffed him round and round like a top. He couldn't stop.
Well, James. What are you doing? Playing roundabouts?
And James stopped turning and rolled off the table to the engine shed, feeling very, very giddy. That night, the three engines had an indignation meeting.
It's shameful to treat tender engines like this. James spins round like a top, and I have to go backwards, and everyone laughs at us. Not only that, the Fat Controller makes us shunt in dirty sidings. It's dreadful. Now listen, we will act tomorrow. The Fat Controller will look silly. Now this is what we'll do. In the morning, when the driver and the fireman come,